Hi everybody, it's me, Kathy, and welcome back to my Witchcraft series. This is a video response to a video response I received from Randy Harrelson fan. First of all, thank you for sending me your video response. To answer your questions, if I've ever worked with something called mummy's dust or witch's mummy dust and what my thoughts on that were on it, I can honestly tell you that as far as I know, I have never worked with it unless it goes by other folk names or something. I have come across it as being listed in ingredients for different things and whatnot, but I've never worked with it, so I really can't tell you much about it. I would be really skeptical of any type of pagan supply store or whatever that sold it as being authentic, just because, you know, in all honesty, is it actual mummy's dust? Not likely. Is it made up of other ingredients? I would ask, if I came across it in some store, for instance, I would ask what the ingredients of it were, what it was composed of, before I purchased it, and would also maybe inquire, like, what the uses and whatnot were for it. One of the things I came across for mummy dust was it was listed as one of the ingredients in a like a folk remedy, and for what the ailment was, I can't remember, but you know, it was listed as being a bit of actual decomposing flesh mixed in with human excrement, pigeon excrement, and a stag's penis. Yeah, it doesn't sound very lovely to me. And I don't think I'd want something like that on my body, and I sure the hell would not consume it either. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help you in that area. I really don't know. Just be really cautious if you do buy any, because I do know that there are a lot of shops out there selling things that are being listed as being authentic, and they're not. I mean, there's a lot of people out there just making a quick buck on people that are really unsuspecting in that area. Coffin nails, for instance, come to mind. There's stores all over North America that are selling, you know, authentic coffin nails, as well as like in Europe and whatnot. Realistically speaking, first of all, it's illegal to go and start digging up graves to get coffin nails. Secondly, for the most part, we don't use coffin nails usually anymore these days. Third, who's to say it's an actual coffin nail? It could be a nail from somebody's barn. It could be somebody that perhaps went out and got a whole bunch of nails and just, you know, let the elements be at them for a while till they're good and rusty and whatnot. Yeah, I would kind of recommend being cautious when it comes to buying certain supplies like that. One experience I had, we've only got one kind of metaphysical store here in my city, and which is unfortunate. I would love to open up my own store here, but that takes money and stuff like that, and I'm too busy working a job. So, but I went there, and the owner, and she's owned the store for a long time, and she was selling in little glass jars authentic dragon's blood, and what it consisted of looked like a cotton ball or cotton swab that had been dyed red with metallic red sparkles all over inside the jar. And I have worked with dragon's blood resin for years now. I know what it looks like in powdered form. I know what it looks like when it's in whole form. It's a resin from a tree, from a plant, and what she was selling was definitely not authentic dragon's blood resin, as what the label had said. And so I'm holding the jar and I look at her, and maybe she thought I didn't know what it looked like or whatever. And then I asked her, I was like, do you sell any of the like the real resin itself, dragon's blood resin? And she said, well, you're holding it. And I look at the jar and I said, but there's metallic red sparkles in this and like cotton batten. I said, like, what is this? This isn't it. And she goes, oh yes it is, that's authentic dragon's blood resin. And she was really adamant that it was authentic and it was the actual resin. Well, I don't know about you, but I normally don't see that many trees or resins that have metallic, artificially colored sparkles, coming out of them, growing from them. Like, I was really disgusted with her. I still go to that store from time to time, to check out, different books. She's got, it's mostly books, and she's got some awesome gift cards and stuff like that there, and some really good other items and essential oils and whatnot. But she doesn't have a lot of like pagan supplies that I use. Like she doesn't stock up on a lot of the resins and things like that. And so I don't buy stuff like that from her at all, because it's just, it wasn't real, it wasn't authentic. And what pissed me off is, there's going to be people out in my city or surrounding area that will go to that store looking to buy that, and maybe they've never ever worked with it before, so maybe they don't know what it looks like, or what the texture is like, or anything like that, and then they go and they buy that crap that she's selling as being authentic dragon's blood resin, and I mean, they're being ripped off. So just be really careful, everybody out there, when you go and buy supplies from people like that. You need to do your homework and just research, and maybe talk to other pagans in your area and see where they get their supplies from and whatnot. But if you haven't bought certain things like that before, you really need to be careful, because unfortunately there are people out there just looking to make a quick dollar, and they'll rip you off. They'll sell you something being listed as being authentic, whatever, and it's not real. It's fake. So when it comes to mummy dust, again, I really don't think anything that's being listed as mummy dust is actual mummy dust. Maybe it's a combination of other ingredients. I don't know. Just be cautious and see. Maybe talk to other folks. But I don't know. I really don't know. Just be careful with your money. I mean, if you can make it on your own, if you find a recipe for it or something like that, I'd recommend doing that instead. If I ever come across like a recipe for it or something like that, I'll definitely let you know, okay? But for the most part, just be careful, and that goes for everybody out there. I mean, there's all kinds of unscrupulous people out there just wanting your money, and a lot of people get suckered into buying stuff thinking it's real or authentic, and it's not. So yeah, it's pretty much all I have to say right now. Wish I could have been more help to you, Randy. I'm sorry, but I've never actually worked with that ingredient before. I have come across it, like I said, from time to time, but I would, probably substitute it with, cinnamon powder or graveyard dirt, or a combination of cinnamon powder and graveyard dirt. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Much love to you, and to everybody else that's out there, and we'll see you guys in a flash. Ciao.